Okay, so we hear about AI everywhere, right?
Hmm.
But honestly, it can feel like just a buzzword, you know.
Yeah.
So today we're cutting through all the hype, going to try to explore what artificial intelligence really means for, just our everyday lives.
Right.
And the source material for this deep dive is this in-depth report on AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, it is packed with fascinating insights.
Yeah.
By the end of this, you will be able to confidently navigate this whole world of AI.
Yeah.
You'll understand the mechanics, applications, and impact.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for the future.
Exactly. So let's just jump right in. What exactly is artificial intelligence?
All
Like,
right.
I feel like we hear the term, but it's often, shrouded in this mystique.
Yeah, you're right. It can feel that way.
Yeah.
So think of AI as systems or machines that can mimic human intelligence.
Correct.
Things like learning, reasoning, problem solving.
Yeah.
And they can actually improve themselves based on the data they process.
So it's not just about robots taking over the world, which is what Hollywood would have us believe.
Well, those sci-fi scenarios make for great movies, but the
Yeah.
AI that you're interacting with every day is a lot more subtle.
Okay.
Take, for example, your personalized news feed on your, favorite social media platform.
Okay.
That's AI curating your experience,
Right.
deciding what you see and don't see,
Interesting.
designed for a very specific task, and it gets better at it the more data it gathers.
That's actually a little unsettling when you think about it. Is that what's meant by narrow AI?
Precisely.
Okay.
Narrow AI is designed for very specific tasks, like recommending a song or filtering spam. But the idea of an AI that can perform any intellectual task that a human can,
Right.
that's called general AI, and we're not quite there yet.
Okay, so narrow AI is the helpful assistant,
Yes,
and general AI is the stuff of science fiction, at least for now.
at least for now.
But how does it all work? Like, what's going on behind the scenes to make these AI systems tick?
Right. Well, you've got several core technologies that kind of work together.
Okay.
One is machine learning, where systems learn from data patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like teaching a computer to recognize different types of flowers
Yeah.
by showing it thousands of images.
Oh, so it's learning by example,
Exactly.
just like we do.
Then there's deep learning, a more complex form of machine learning
Okay.
that uses neural networks, which are inspired by the structure of the human brain
Wow.
to make even more intricate decisions.
So deep learning is like machine learning on steroids.
You could say that.
Okay.
Then you have natural language processing, which allows AI to understand and generate human language.
Right.
Think chatbots or those real-time translation tools you can use on your phone.
Right.
And finally, there's computer vision,
Okay.
enabling AI to see and interpret images and videos.
It sounds like a lot of moving parts.
It is.
So how do all these technologies come together to create the AI we see in our everyday lives?
Right.
Can you give me some real-world examples?
Absolutely. Let's start with something you probably use every day, your smartphone.
Sure.
Think about those smart assistants like Siri or Google Assistant.
Right.
They use AI to understand your requests,
Mm.
schedule appointments,
Yeah.
and even anticipate your needs based on your habits.
I have to admit, it is pretty amazing to just tell my phone to set a reminder or play my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of podcasts, I bet some people listening right now got here through a personalized recommendation from their favorite podcast app.
That's right. And those personalized recommendations you get on streaming services like Netflix or Spotify,
Yeah.
that's AI at work, analyzing your viewing and listening history to suggest content you might enjoy.
It's almost like having a personal DJ or entertainment curator.
Right.
But sometimes it feels a little too accurate,
Yeah.
like it knows me better than I know myself. Is that creepy or cool? What do you think?
It's certainly thought-provoking,
Yeah.
and it highlights the power of AI to both delight and unsettle us. That's right.
But let's move beyond entertainment.
Okay.
AI is also making waves in areas like transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Think of navigation apps like Google Maps or Waze.
Right.
They use AI to analyze real-time traffic data and optimize your route, saving you time and frustration.
I absolutely rely on those apps, especially during rush hour.
Yeah.
I can't imagine navigating a new city without them.
Right?
And of course, there are self-driving cars,
Yes.
which are heavily reliant on AI to perceive their surroundings and make decisions.
You're hitting on a really crucial point.
Okay.
Self-driving cars are a great example of how AI is not just about convenience,
Mm-hmm.
but also safety.
Right.
And as the technology advances, it's raising some really important questions about ethics and responsibility.
Yeah.
Who's accountable if a self-driving car makes a mistake?
Right.
What happens when AI has to make split-second decisions that could have life or death consequences?
Right.
These are the kinds of complex issues we'll be delving into as we explore the broader impact of AI. That's a perfect segue to the next part of our discussion, AI in healthcare.
Yes.
This is an area where I'm particularly fascinated by the potential and the possible pitfalls.
Right.
Can you tell us more about how AI is being used in medicine and healthcare?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One area where AI is proving incredibly valuable is in diagnostics.
Okay.
For example, there are AI systems that can analyze medical images like X-rays or CT scans to detect subtle patterns that might be missed by the human eye.
Wow.
This can lead to earlier and more accurate diagnoses for diseases like cancer.
That's amazing. So it's like having a second set of expert eyes examining those scans.
Exactly. And AI isn't just limited to diagnostics.
Yeah, okay.
You're starting to see the emergence of virtual health assistants that can answer patient questions, schedule appointments, and even monitor vital signs remotely.
It's almost like having a personal healthcare concierge available 24/7.
That's right.
Are there any other ways AI is transforming healthcare?
We'll think about the process of drug discovery, which is traditionally a very time-consuming and expensive endeavor.
Right.
Now, AI is being used to analyze vast amounts of data to identify promising new drug candidates,
Okay.
potentially accelerating the development of treatments for diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's.
That's incredible. It sounds like AI has the potential to revolutionize healthcare in so many ways,
It certainly does.
from improving diagnostics to personalizing treatments.
And that brings us to another area where AI is making a significant impact: education.
Okay.
Imagine a world where learning is tailored to your individual needs and learning style.
Right.
That's the promise of AI-powered educational platforms.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, AI can create a customized learning experience for each student.
Exactly. There are platforms that can assess your strengths and weaknesses, adapt to your pace, and even provide personalized feedback and support.
It's like having a tutor who knows exactly what you need to work on. That sounds like a game changer, especially for students who struggle in traditional classroom settings.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how AI is not just this futuristic concept,
Right.
but something that's already shaping our lives in very tangible ways.
It is, and it's not just limited to education or healthcare.
Okay.
AI is also transforming the way we work.
Uh-huh.
In many industries, AI is being used to automate repetitive tasks, freeing up human workers for more creative and strategic roles.
So instead of replacing jobs, AI is actually changing the nature of work itself.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
For example, in customer service, AI-powered chatbots can handle routine inquiries,
Right.
while human agents can focus on more complex issues that require empathy and problem-solving skills.
This is all so fascinating, but I have to admit, it's
Yeah.
also a bit overwhelming.
I understand.
With AI touching so many aspects of our lives, it's hard to know where to even begin to understand it all.
It's true. It can feel like drinking from a fire hose at times. But that's what makes this deep dive so important.
Right.
By breaking down these complexities of AI into bite-sized pieces,
Right.
we can empower you to engage with this technology in a more informed and critical way.
I think that's a great note to end this part of our discussion on.
Right.
We've covered a lot of ground. From demystifying the basics of AI to exploring its real-world applications in areas like entertainment, transportation, healthcare, education,
Yeah.
and even the workplace.
Yeah.
But as you've alluded to, there's a whole other side to this story.
There is.
The potential downsides, the ethical dilemmas,
Yeah.
the big questions about the future of AI.
You're absolutely right, and that's exactly where we'll pick up in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll explore the shadows alongside the light,
Mm-hmm.
examining the potential risks and challenges of AI, as well as the incredible opportunities it presents.
I can't wait to delve into that side of the conversation.
Yes.
So for our listeners, get ready for a deep dive into the good, the bad, and the unknown of artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. So as we, delve deeper into this whole world of AI,
Right.
it becomes clear that this isn't just about, cool gadgets or futuristic technologies.
Yeah.
It's about a really fundamental shift in the way we live and work and just interact with the world.
Right.
It's like we're on the cusp of a whole new era.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
Yeah.
We've talked about how AI is already present in our lives.
Right.
But I think what's really hitting me now is the sheer scale of its potential impact.
Right.
It feels like AI is becoming the underlying fabric of society, much like the internet did a couple decades ago.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
And just like the internet revolutionized the way we communicate and access information, AI is poised to transform virtually every sector of the economy, from healthcare and education to manufacturing and finance.
Both exciting and a little daunting, to be honest.
I understand that sentiment.
Yeah.
It's like standing at the edge of uncharted territory. And with any powerful technology, there are inherent risks and challenges.
Right.
One of the biggest concerns with AI is the potential for job displacement.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If AI can automate more and more tasks, what does that mean for the future of work?
Right.
Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
It's not quite that simple. While AI will undoubtedly automate certain jobs,
Right.
it's also likely to create new opportunities that we can't even imagine yet.
Oh, interesting.
The key will be adaptability and a willingness to learn new skills.
So it's not necessarily about competing with AI, but learning to work alongside it.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that requires a shift in our education and training systems. We need to focus on developing those skills that are uniquely human.
Okay.
The skills that AI can't replicate.
Right.
Think creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, emotional intelligence.
Right. Those are all skills that are really hard to automate.
Yeah.
So in a way, AI is forcing us to become more human, not less.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
As AI takes on more of those routine tasks,
Yeah.
it frees us up to focus on what makes us uniquely human.
Right.
Our ingenuity, our empathy, our ability to connect with one another on a deeper level.
That's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah.
It's not about a dystopian future where robots rule the world,
Right.
but a future where humans and AI collaborate to create a better world.
Exactly. And that brings us to another crucial aspect of AI,
Okay.
responsibility.
Right.
As we develop increasingly sophisticated AI systems,
Yeah.
we need to ensure that they are aligned with our values,
Uh-huh.
that they promote fairness, transparency, and accountability.
I've heard a lot about the potential for AI to perpetuate existing biases.
Yes,
Can you elaborate on that?
of course.
Okay.
AI systems learn from the data they are trained on,
Mm-hmm.
and if that data reflects existing biases in society,
Right.
for example, gender or racial biases, then the AI system will inherit those biases.
Okay.
This could lead to unfair outcomes in areas like hiring, loan applications, or even criminal justice.
So it's not just about the technology itself,
All right.
but about the data we feed it
Yes.
and the intentions of the people who develop and deploy it.
Absolutely. We need to be very mindful of these issues as we design and implement AI systems,
Okay.
ensuring that they are developed in a responsible and ethical way.
This all makes a lot of sense, but I have to admit, it can feel a bit overwhelming.
Right.
AI seems to be touching every aspect of our lives, and it's evolving so rapidly.
It is.
How can we stay informed and engaged with these developments? Are there resources available for people who aren't, tech experts?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Okay.
There are tons of resources out there.
Okay.
There are online courses, articles, books, podcasts, you name it.
Wow.
There's something for everyone, regardless of their technical background. The key is to be curious, to ask questions, and to seek out information from reliable sources.
So it's about becoming more AI literate, essentially.
Exactly.
Okay.
The more we understand about AI, its capabilities and limitations,
Yeah.
the better equipped we'll be to navigate this rapidly changing world.
Right.
And the more we can engage in thoughtful discussions about the ethical implications of AI,
Uh-huh.
the more likely we are to shape its development in a way that benefits all of humanity.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
This deep dive has been so eye-opening for me already.
Good.
We've talked about how AI is already impacting our daily lives,
Right.
the potential benefits and challenges it presents,
Mm-hmm.
and the need for responsible development and deployment.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Feels like we could talk about this for hours.
You could?
But I am curious to hear your thoughts on the future of AI.
Yes.
What are some of the most exciting possibilities on the horizon?
Well, one area that's generated a lot of buzz is the concept of smart cities.
Okay.
Imagine cities where AI is used to optimize traffic flow, reduce energy consumption, improve public safety, and just enhance the overall quality of life for residents.
It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie.
Right.
Are there any real-world examples of smart cities in action?
There are actually several cities around the world that are experimenting with smart city technologies.
All right.
using AI to manage everything from traffic lights and waste management to public transportation and emergency response systems.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It sounds like AI has the potential to make our cities more efficient, sustainable, and livable.
It does.
Are there any other areas where you see AI making a big impact in the future?
Healthcare is another area ripe for AI-driven innovation.
Okay.
We've already talked about how AI is being used in diagnostics and drug discovery,
Right.
but imagine a future where AI-powered wearable devices can detect early signs of disease, or where personalized medicine is tailored to your individual genetic makeup.
That would be a game changer for healthcare. It sounds like AI has the potential to not only extend our lifespans,
Right.
but also improve our quality of life.
Absolutely.
What about education? How
Yes.
might AI transform the way we learn in the future?
Imagine a world where education is truly personalized,
Yeah.
where AI tutors can provide individualized support and feedback,
Right.
where AI-powered learning platforms can adapt to your learning style and pace,
Uh-huh.
and where access to quality education is no longer limited by geographical boundaries or socioeconomic status.
Wow.
That's the kind of transformative potential AI holds for education.
Those are some pretty incredible possibilities.
They are.
But as we've discussed, it's important to be mindful of the potential downsides as well.
Right.
How do we ensure that AI is used for good, that it benefits all of humanity and not just a select few?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's a question that requires ongoing dialogue and collaboration between technologists, policymakers, ethicists,
Right.
and everyday citizens.
Right.
We need to be having conversations about the values we want to embed in AI systems,
Mm-hmm.
the ethical principles that should guide its development and deployment,
Yeah.
and the safeguards we need to put in place to prevent misuse.
It sounds like we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. It's not just about the experts or the policymakers.
Right,
It's
yeah.
about all of us engaging in this conversation,
Uh-huh.
asking questions, raising concerns, and advocating for the kind of future we want to see.
I think that's a great message to take with us as we move into the final part of our deep dive.
I agree, and I'm really looking forward to exploring some of those bigger questions about the future of AI,
Yeah.
consciousness,
Right.
and what it truly means to be human in an age of intelligent machines.
Me too.
Ah,
So, to our listeners, stay tuned for a final thought-provoking exploration of the most profound questions raised by the rise of artificial intelligence. We've explored the real-world applications of AI, like from self-driving cars to personalized education,
right.
and we've touched on some potential risks and challenges. Now, in this final part of our deep dive, I want to kind of delve into the bigger philosophical questions that AI raises.
Yes.
You know, we're talking about consciousness, the future of humanity,
Right.
and what it means to be human in an age of intelligent machines.
Those are questions that have captivated philosophers and scientists for centuries.
Yeah.
And now, with the rise of AI,
Right.
they're becoming increasingly relevant to our everyday lives.
It's almost like AI is forcing us to confront our own humanity in a new way.
right.
You know, if machines can learn and reason and even create,
Mm-hmm.
what does that say about our own unique place in the universe?
It's a profound question.
Yeah.
And there's no easy answer.
Right.
Some argue that AI is simply a tool.
It's an extension of human ingenuity,
Mhm.
and that it will never truly replicate the complexity and depth of human consciousness.
So even with its incredible capabilities, AI is still a product of the human mind.
Exactly.
Okay.
We are the ones who design and build and program these systems.
Right.
We imbue them with our values, our goals, and our limitations.
That is a reassuring thought.
Yeah.
But what about the idea of AI becoming self-aware,
Right.
of developing its own consciousness independent of human control?
Mm-hmm.
That's a scenario that we see a lot in science fiction.
Yes.
But is there any real possibility of that happening?
It's certainly a fascinating concept
Yeah.
and one that sparks a lot of debate.
Right.
While current AI systems are far from achieving anything resembling human consciousness,
Okay.
the rapid pace of technological advancement makes it difficult to predict what the future holds.
It's like we're sailing in uncharted waters.
Right.
We have a map of where we've been,
Yeah.
but we don't know what lies ahead. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And I think it underscores the importance of having these conversations now,
Right.
of thinking critically about the implications of AI before we reach a point where it's too late to steer the course.
So it's not just about the technical aspects of AI,
No.
but about the ethical and philosophical questions it raises.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to be thinking about the values we want to embed in AI systems,
Uh-huh.
the safeguards we need to put in place to prevent misuse,
Right.
and the kind of future we want to create for ourselves and for generations to come.
This deep dive has really challenged me to think differently about AI.
That's great.
It's not just a collection of technologies,
Right.
but a reflection of our own aspirations and anxieties,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately, our humanity.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
As we move forward into this uncharted territory,
Yeah.
I think it's crucial to remember that the future of AI is not predetermined.
Right.
It's something we're actively shaping through our choices, our actions,
Right.
and the conversations we have.
That's a really powerful message.
It is.
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in guiding the development of AI
Yeah.
in a direction that benefits humanity.
I completely agree, and I hope our listeners will join us in this ongoing exploration of AI,
Yes.
its potential, and its implications for the future of our species.
Well, this has been an incredible journey of learning and discovery.
It has.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of artificial intelligence.
It's been my pleasure, and remember, the future is not something that happens to us, it's something we create.